Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has confirmed that Israel has received another body from Hamas via the Red Cross and that the identification process will begin immediately. The body has been reportedly identified by Hamas as that of Hadar Goldin, an Israeli soldier killed and taken captive during the 2014 Gaza war. If confirmed, the return of the soldier, Goldin, will be a significant development in the U.S. brokered Gaza ceasefire deal. Goldin is one of 5 bodies of deceased hostages still remaining in Gaza.
Hamas announced yesterday that it is holding the body of Lieutenant Hadar Goldin of blessed memory. We are expected to receive the body this afternoon. Naturally, the identification process will begin immediately.
This comes after the Israelis' military chief Lieutenant General Eyal Zamir pledged to bring home the remains of the officer after reports that Hamas had pinpointed the location of his body following a search green-lit by Israel. Hamas says it found Goldin's body in a tunnel in the enclave's southernmost city of Rafah on Saturday. Meanwhile, Israeli-American hostage soldier Staff Sergeant Itay Chen, that is Itay Chen, who according to Israeli army was abducted and killed by Hamas on October 7, 2023, has been laid to rest in Tel Aviv. His body was returned to Israel last week as part of U.S. brokered Gaza ceasefire deal.
I don't know how one can live with such a broken heart. How do you manage to breathe? I wanted you back so bad, but not in a coffin. For you, to be a hero, but without paying with your life.
Hundreds attended the funeral of Itay Chen in Tel Aviv, including dignitaries from Israel, Germany and the United States, countries he was a citizen of. Chen, a dual U.S. citizen, served as a combat soldier in the 77th Battalion of the 7th Brigade. According to the information and intelligence available to the Israeli army, he fell during combat in a tank in the battle in Kibbutz near Oz on the morning of October 7th, and his body was taken by Hamas.
Our personal journey might have reached its conclusion, but it is only a temporary one, because the hostage families collectively will continue fighting until all the hostages are back, till the last hostage, and hopefully that day will come very soon.
In other developments on the ground, Hamas fighters holed up in the Israeli-held Rafah area of Gaza will not surrender to Israel, the group's armed wing said on Sunday, urging mediators to find a solution to a crisis that now threatens the Gaza ceasefire. The almost month-old ceasefire has twice been shaken by airstrikes launched by Israel in retaliation for attacks against its troops around Rafah in southern Gaza, which it blamed on Hamas. According to reports, Egyptian mediators have proposed that in exchange for safe passage, fighters still in Rafah surrender their arms to Egypt and give details of tunnels they saw so that they can be destroyed. Rafah has seen the worst of violence since the ceasefire took hold on October 10th, prompting Israeli retaliation that killed dozens of Palestinians. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff said on Thursday that the proposed deal for about 200 fighters would be a test for a broader process to disarm Hamas across Gaza. Meanwhile, families and supporters of Israeli hostages held a rally in Tel Aviv demanding the return of the remaining deceased captives still in Hamas custody. Despite Israel receiving the remains of 23 hostages so far, the process has slowed, with Hamas citing difficulties in locating bodies buried under rubble in Gaza.